Hello everyone! I would like to welcome you to the third video in our series on dealing with an unsuccessful token project. Just to put things into perspective, a blockchain-based cryptocurrency or token project may face uncertainties or face a situation where a project fails. In these cases, it is key to learn about how to deal with the consequences of the situation and take any future steps in consultation with professionals to ensure that the interests of all related parties are protected. Before we get started, I wanted to direct your attention to the email address here on the screen, info@empireglobal.partners. This is the best way to get in touch with us about anything we go over here today. And we love hearing from you. We welcome all questions and comments. Please use this email to send your questions. They will come directly to our representatives who monitor this email 24/7. So I assure you that you will receive a reply to all of your questions quickly and confidentially. The creator of this and our other webinars is Lionel Eyrich, the expert on the topic of cryptocurrency at Empire Global Partners. Lionel is well known across the globe as an expert in the cryptocurrency, online gaming, and international business space, representing thousands of companies. Lionel is Senior Managing Counsel for Empire Global Partners, and he is a legal counsel and advisor for hundreds of companies in over 40 countries. All content provided here is for informational purposes only and is not to be substituted for legal advice. A money business is a highly regulated sector, and all steps that you take when considering starting or operating your exchange must comply with the law. The experts at Empire Global Partners have worked with thousands of clients to help them make the right decisions for their particular situation and jurisdiction, and minimize any extra costs or fines that could arise from legal oversight. It is highly recommended to get in touch with your legal team as soon as possible about this process. Let us move ahead with what we plan to discuss in this short video. To start, we will be covering the preferred immediate response to a situation when you realize that your project may not move off the ground. This is followed by discussing the options which you may consider to provide a clean shutdown to your project while keeping the interests of all parties in mind. For those working towards creating a new token or cryptocurrency, there may be indeed a possibility when your project fails and you have to deal with the consequences of such a situation. We understand that the failure of a project can be a very tense situation, and it is an unfortunate condition. But it is essential that you keep it in your stride and now move towards a clean closure based on the knowledge that a surprisingly large number of cryptocurrency projects fail, either due to technical issues or commercial considerations. Keeping in mind the factor that now the project needs a closure that will ensure a clean break for all involved, it is best that instead of sitting over the failure, you accept the situation and move ahead to chart the path ahead. At this point, it is also essential that you keep your team together and take collective decisions and stand behind a common decision. This will prevent any unforeseen situations where commitments from any team members create problems later. As a preliminary step, you will have to deal with the immediate backlash which may have arisen out of the declaration that your project could not succeed in its targets. The backlash may surprise you and your team and disorient your team, but it must be dealt with in a calm and composed manner, wherein you refrain from making any statements that have not been vetted by legal professionals. This brings us to the second key step in the process. That is, getting in touch with your lawyers immediately and ensuring that you are legally compliant. It is also of immense importance that you and your team are aware of all the steps being taken by your legal consultants. You and your team must always maintain a common point of contact and ensure that all persons in the team provide a unified front. Now, while your lawyers are working on the potential options that you can take, they will ask for financial records of your organization. It is therefore key that you maintain proper records of any transactions conducted by your organization and that they are also accessible while required. If you do not have any records on your own, ensure that you obtain them from your team and provide them to your lawyers and accountants, as they need to have the most detailed and comprehensive information possible to provide you with the best options. A clear compilation of your financial data will provide a complete picture of the financial conditions of your company and the liabilities which the organization may have to repay. At this stage, along with other activities, it is also essential that you determine if you have to report the situation of your organization to any government bodies. You must ensure that you provide an adequate amount of time to your lawyers and accountants to come up with the options. Once the options are provided to you, the ball is back in your court, and now you have to understand them. While evaluating the options, you must understand the consequences of selecting an option. This primarily involves understanding the liabilities and losses that you may have to personally incur and if it will disqualify you from any future activities. For example, in certain countries, promoters linked to unsuccessful financial service businesses are disqualified from financial businesses for a definite number of years. It is also critical that you identify all the critical parties which will be affected by any option that you choose. Any option that does not keep in mind the interests of key stakeholders, such as token buyers, may be impractical to implement and may not be able to provide you the much-needed clean break. An option that many people choose is to let their accounting and legal professionals make critical decisions on their behalf. This may also be a possible option based on discussions. At this juncture, it may be possible that an option that your legal professionals may recommend is that the organization moves for corporate insolvency process under the laws of the country where it is incorporated or operating. Successful completion of corporate insolvency proceedings generally provides a clean break and closure of all pending proceedings. Empire Global Partners has a team of professionals from across the globe that can assist you to incorporate insolvency proceedings. The professionals from Empire can take care of the entire process, beginning from handling the initial response to the completion of the insolvency proceedings, if that path is chosen. You can get in touch with Empire Global Partners to learn more about dealing with unsuccessful cryptocurrency projects. Send us any questions you have to info@empireglobal.partners, which will come directly to our representatives, and someone from the team will reply to all emails very quickly. The website is empireglobal.partners. Lots of great information on there as well, and we would love to connect with you on social media. We are always curious to know how you're doing, or have questions or comments. We want to hear about it. So make sure you find us on Facebook @Empire Global Partners, Twitter @Empire Globals, Medium @Empire-Global, and we're also on YouTube. On behalf of Empire Global Partners, I want to thank you so much for joining us.